great gutty win. Brett Bisping's second half was unbelievable. I thought Nico brought energy from the start. By the way, the last shot, that was my fault. There was confusion because there was a 2-second differentiation. Nico's in front of me, and I said, just shoot it. And I thought it was going to be an NBA 3, so, I mean, I know people say we should have dribbled the clock out. That was on me. That being said, there was a 2-second shot clock, so we have to get it off, but so I want to get that real clear. Niagara's a tough team. They're going to beat people here. Blackman and Scott, there it is, 22 and 31. We were very lucky to beat them when they were 22 points and 31 points, but just shows you we played team defense. I thought our zone helped us. We threw some 1-3-1 at them, and it's a weird thing being here for 4 days. I mean, we're usually here for 3, in other words. We get to play early and then to stay, and we love Buffalo, a lot of great things. My wife went to the top of the city hall today. That was the last thing I missed. And this is a great city, but to get 2 wins is unbelievable against Jim Barron and Chris, whose team's really good. Chris' team beat Manhattan here. They got a young team, and I knew they'd be ready to play. I'll take any questions.
Whenever you get an early, big lead like that, Jimmy, particularly on the road, is that kind of a challenge, kind of fending them off? Because you know a run's coming eventually.
Yeah, especially the Mac. That's what I told him at halftime. I mean, the first 2 minutes of halftime, I wasn't pleased, and then I caught myself and said, "Hey, we're up 6." It's just that we were up more. But, you know, LeVon got 3 fouls, and you know what? I don't care what they were. They were legit fouls. I mean, the referees absolutely nothing to do with that. Those were 3 fouls. He hadn't done that in a while, so now he's out. Nico's been playing with tendonitis and playing a lot of minutes, and he's ready to jump in there, no problem. But then Javion gets a couple fouls. So now I got to really play like a lot of young guys. But Kenny, I'll tell you, Kenny, Nico, Evan gave us some good minutes. Kenny gave us a couple. Cam Godfrey gave us a couple. The young guys are really doing it. Now, Nico's not really a young guy anymore because of his playing experience and minutes, but he's still a freshman. But in the second half, Brett and Javion just wouldn't let us lose. You know, you look at their second halves, what they did, they just wouldn't let us lose.
We kind of wondered how you guys might come out after you played so well against Canisius, and you come out and hit them with like a 23-1 run. How do you explain such a great start for your team?
Great coaching.
I know that's not it. It's something else.
No, we were energized, right? We took they were energized in the huddle. I get fired up when I see the players fired up, and Ryan made some shots, and then all of a sudden we were playing great, but we kind of, you know, we were like the horse that comes out after the win, and we streamed to, but then maybe we were turning the corner and we kind of lost a little bit. I mean, energy, nothing bad, right? You see what I'm saying? All of a sudden we like breathed, and then they're a young team. They got fresh legs, but it was just a great second half, and Brett and Javion were great, and I don't think there was a bigger shot in the game than Nico's 3.
Brett, your thoughts on finally sweeping the Western New York trip first time this program's done in 8 years? You know?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a tough trip to do. They're both good teams, tough places to play at. But, I mean, after we got the first one, we really wanted the second one. And came out, and I think we wanted it more.
For our fans, right, Jerry? For Dave. We've had a lot of great road. These guys came to both games. That's why we won.
Yeah. Nico, you mentioned the 3 you hit. The shot clock's running down. I mean, you can take us through that play a little bit. The one, I think it pushed it back up to 10 at the time.
Just the clock was running down, and a play had to be made, and I just kind of made a play and got back on D. That's about it. I'm just playing basketball like that.
Yeah, but you took a normal shot, didn't you, Nico? In other words, I didn't think you took a crazy shot. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Like, in other words, 3 seconds, 2, 1, people go like this. I thought he just kind of rhythmed it. I know it was a little step back, but it was one of your normal shots. Would you agree?
Yes.
In other words, it was just and I think that's something that you lose. A lot of guys lose touch with that. They think they got to make this crazy shot, and he very calmly. That's what I mean about him growing up. He took one of his normal shots, even though the clock was going down.
Hey, Nico, after Marquise got hurt, you started a couple of games, but then you went back into the 6-man role, and you've really been on a roll the last few games. Are you more comfortable, do you think? Are you better suited right now for kind of a off-the-bench type of role right now?
Yes, I think we got some great guys starting, some great seniors, and they kind of set the tone for me, and I just try to come in and bring energy. And as soon as I come off the bench, the guys are talking to me and telling me what I need to do, and I try to execute to the best of my ability.
Still 32 minutes. I told you, right? Once I put him in, he'd come out for the half.
Mm-hmm.
Just keeps the first 4 off. But
how about your second half, Brett? 15 after halftime. What sort of got you going? And
well, I mean, I was 1 for 8 in the first half. I couldn't hit the broad side of a barn. Like, it was just bad. I don't know, and I just knew I had to play better. There's no way. I don't know. I just felt like I couldn't miss any more shots. So, just came out and played better.
Rebounded too in the second half better. Your rebounds got you going too. Brett took 4 charges today.
Yeah.
Five charges, right? That 5 charges.
Leading the country.
And
I think
is
it might be.
is this true?
I don't know because no one cares. No one cares enough to keep that stat, even
Right.
though it's a great stat. They want to just keep Nico's stats. How many threes you made?
How about Levon, even with all the foul trouble? How about Levon, even with the foul trouble? He made some pretty big plays on the last
He was good,
few
you know. And
minutes.
I'll tell you one thing. The guy cheering the most for Nico and being his biggest critic, by the way, not me on the sideline, is Levon. No, he's like, Nico's got it. And I'm like, you want to go in? He's like, Nico's got it. Like, he said that in the first half. Then the second half, I said, should we run you back in? He goes, Nico's got it. So we actually took Kenny out, put Levon in with Nico. Kind of play the same position. No, but I think Levon just didn't have it, you know, in terms of the foul thing. But he was fine. But Levon's a gamer. He gets rebounds. He's good on the press. He knows how to take it out. And he's lefty. He drove it. But he was the one. Did he kick it to you for the 3-2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Levon's an unselfish guy, but I'm just telling you, he's on the bench critiquing Nico in a friend way, as much as anybody and cheering for him.
How about being a half game out of first place, Jimmy?
Time to go. We gotta go. See you later.
Nothing.